I'm sitting out in front of 69 Manhattan Court. I'm sitting on the stoop of 69 and 67 Manhattan Court. And yes, in Brooklyn, this is a stoop, not a porch. Why am I sitting here? I'm sitting here because this is where I grew up. I grew up here with my mom and dad and my two older brothers. We shared a 4.5 room apartment, a very small 4.5 room apartment with a bathroom the size of a broom closet. You know, and I've been thinking a lot lately about my childhood, and I realized that I used to think that my childhood was pretty unhappy. And maybe it was, but I'll tell you, what I've focused on a lot more recently was how kind of cool it was. There were tons of kids on the block, and all the moms, now this is when moms didn't really go out of the house to work. The moms would, you know, warm weather, sit on the stoops on beach chairs, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, sometimes alcohol, but not all the time, and watch all the kids. And what we did was, the difference between my childhood and like my kids' childhoods is that my parents were much, much less involved in my childhood than my wife and I were involved in my kids' childhoods. We had to make our own fun, and we did. And it was very interesting. We would leave the house very early in the morning in the summer and come home at dinner time. And in the interim, basically it was our responsibility to make our own fun. We used to play touch football, sewer stickball, roller hockey, this game called Scully or Skelly in the streets using bottle caps and wax, melted wax or melted crayons. We used to use the squares in the sidewalks for games like box baseball and hit the penny. We never had play dates. You know, it's funny, is my son now is 19, he's 6'4", he works out like crazy, strong as an ox, and whenever we joke around about fighting, he always tells me he's going to kick my ass. And what I always try to remind him of is that I grew up in Brooklyn and he grew up in Lake Grove, and that he should watch out. Now, of course, I'm only teasing, but I'm only partially teasing. Another interesting thing about why I'm here is, if you've read my Mo Prager book, I think it's the 5th Mo Prager book, it's called Empty Ever After, there's a murder scene set at 69 Manhattan Court. And so I thought it would be, you know, interesting to see that, yes, this is where I grew up. It's not very interesting to look at, but it's also a place I've used in my books, like for murder scenes and stuff. And I do occasionally refer to Manhattan Court in my books.